Good evening, ghosties. And tonight I'm going to be playing a dark, psychologically thinking visual novel called Deluge. So let's start. Emptiness, a soulless vacuum. You occupy a space lacking life and sound. You're in a void. Your last breath escaped, and your memories begin to pour out, slowly at first, but then they all rush out in a torrent. As the last few drops of life escape, you open your eyes. The space around you is a wavy curtain. Your body is drenched, and your hair sags in stringy clumps. Feeling enters you all at once. Your body flinches and shivers. The forest comes into focus all around. It's quite dark, and curtains of rainfall and mud slosh at your feet. Tree branches sway steadily as the weight of the rainfall drag at them. You feel petrified. Your limbs are without life. Beyond the curtain of water, clarity is lost, and your thoughts are like scattering ants. There are pieces and fragments, but nothing coherent. Could this be birth? Or maybe death? Oh, what was that? Your body is violated with an icy shock. The grip of a bony hand squeezes your shoulder, sending shockwaves of pain pulsing through your neck. You whip around, but only see falling rain and an empty forest. Seek Babylon. A voice echoes through the trees. Your muscles tense, but after a few short moments, the voice vanishes, and only the pitter-patter of rain can be heard. You regain your composure and continue forward. It's very nice art, and I love the background too. And the constant rain is really good. I'm a lover of rain to begin with, but you see a small part of the clouds revealing an unworldly glow of full moon. A ghostly light pours through the part and beams in front of you. Mysterious light twists and twirls through the night sky and traces the outline of a decorative gate. Sparkling in the falling rain, moonlight great fully forms and pulses with a soft glow. Curious, you reach up towards the gate and try to pull it open. But before your hand can touch it, a booming voice suddenly cuts through. I cannot allow you to pass. You look around and see no one. Chills run the length of your body as the soft echo of rain continues around you. You stare once more at the gate.
Beyond me lies truth, enlightenment, and only those who prove in themselves may experience her radiance.
The wind picked up and the gate pulsed as it spoke.
There are only two ways to leave the abyss, and back down the path you came, or through me, and I'll only allow your passage if I'm presented with something of great value.
The voice quiets, and only the sound of falling rain remains. You realize that you have one of two options. Either try to leave the forest by searching for where you came from, or search deeper for something that can get you past the gate. Let's go deeper. You walk deeper into the forest and begin searching for anything of value. You grow frustrated as the rain picks up, and you can't see more than a few feet in front of you. After a while of wandering, you begin to lose hope. Just before you're about to give up and go back, you see a small light on the horizon. You eagerly rush towards it, hoping to find someone who can help. Ahead, you see the silhouette of what appears to be a curvaceous female. Ooh. As you walk closer, you see her skin is abnormally dark, almost jet black, but she has a figure that suggests maturity. Her hair is a shimmering white, the same color of the moonlight from the gate. Her bold and unavoidable presence draws you in, and your eyes lock. You begin to lose yourself in their earthy green hue. The space around the two of you begins to dissolve. You break away and move your eyes down slightly. It then strikes you that she's fully nude, completely bare from head to toe. Her voluptuous hips blow outward as her waistline tapers in vivaciously. Your eyes move to her neck, which elegantly rolls down to her shoulders. You notice just how beautifully defined her collarbone is, and just below that, your eyes linger on her bare breast. which she seems quite endowed with. I like collarbones myself. You seem pretty interested in my body, which is fine. You may touch me however you like. As she speaks, her matter-of-fact tone throws you off, though she has an odd charm about her. Her flat voice lacks tone and inflection, but at the same time, you somehow are overwhelmed with a sense of compassion and trust. Suddenly you grow dizzy as you stare at her. Your heart races, and you feel a visceral urge to stroke her soft skin. Your eyes remain locked on her luscious lips. You seem so conflicted, my dear. You shouldn't be. I know exactly how scared you are. Your body is sopping wet, your skin starting to turn raw from the rain, and you're hopelessly lost. Your eyes are filled with confusion, and you've no idea why you're here. She places a hand gingerly at the top of your chest, right where her heart would be. My beating heart cares little for the pain and confusion you've caused yourself. My only desire is to pleasure and happiness. She holds out her hand and reveals some sort of food. You can't quite tell because of the dark, but it appears to be chocolate. Here, a gift from me to you. Go on, my dear. Eat it. It won't change your situation, but I can promise you that you'll feel better. Her heartfelt gesture warms you. You feel an overwhelming urge to immediately trust and accept her. You feel hesitation as well. Do you accept her generosity and eat, or do you not eat it and listen to your feeling of hesitation? Well, I mean, I know she was given permission. I still personally wouldn't disrespect her body, so I think I'd definitely hesitate, so I'm gonna choose that. You refuse her gift and let her keep the food. Her voice forms a genuine look of shock. Ooh, a nice music change too. Silence falls between the two of you, and only the sound of rain prevails. I was wrong. You aren't interested in my body, nor the pleasure at all. You seem to have your heart set on a goal, and you won't stop until it's met. She puts a finger to her lips and looks down in deep thought. Well then, my name is Yara. I am a goddess of wisdom and knowledge. Please, come take a walk with me. I'll impart what knowledge I can, and by the end of it, you'll have another opportunity to get that which you seek. Okay, wow, she was a goddess. You walk side by side with the goddess through the rainy forest. You've grown used to the water by this point, and aren't particularly bothered by it. You look over to her as she takes each step slowly, her eyes closed, with one arm tucked snugly under her bust and the other touching her finger to her lip. She looks as if she's thinking deeply, or even performing a walking meditation. After what seemed like an eternity, Yara finally spoke up. Yes, so it appears that you're stuck in a loop of sorts. I can't really tell you or even why you're here, but so long as you're wandering this forest, those answers will remain suspended from you, just out of reach. You continue walking side by side with her. The rain glistens off her bare skin. To you, this area was a treacherous nightmare, but seeing her so calmly walk through the elements made it seem like she was right at home. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Surely you've heard this before, yes? Yes, I have, and I personally believe it does make a sound. Yara turns to you. You nod silently, and she continues. Well, right now you're the tree, and no one has heard you fall. You've now the unique opportunity to choose which sound you make. Only once you leave this forest, however, will anyone hear. You struggle to keep up with her, barely understanding what she's talking about, or how it relates. Before long, she stops and faces you. So let me explain. I'm not sure if this is your first time through, but as soon as our conversation finishes, this path will end. I'll cease to exist, and you'll go back to the beginning of the forest and open your eyes. Everyone and everything lurking here will have no idea of what you've encountered. That includes me, my dear. Yara looks you straight in the eye. obviously you'll keep your memories, for you exist on a different plane than I. Me, on the other hand, I'm a little different, you see. If you haven't already realized this, you'll be sure to soon. If you haven't already realized this, you'll be sure to soon enough. I'll only say this. Myself, Yara, can only exist in this space, in this time, in this fork. She holds up her forearm and displays it to you, the palm of her hand. She holds up her forearm and displays to you the palm of her hand. You see these little lines in my hand? Yes, well, we're somewhere here. She points to a line in her hand and continues. Once you leave this point, I'll cease to exist. You might see me again, but rest assured, it won't be me, per se. Once more you struggle to understand her. The only thing you're sure of is how enigmatic the woman Yara is. Just who is she? It looks like we're out of time, my love. I've had a nice time chatting with you. You as well, Yara. Consider this nice walk through the woods a small treat. Even the darkest of places have their pleasantries. Very true. She smiles and shoots you a wink. Your heart begins to ache, and a knot forms in your throat. You realize how attached to Yara you've grown, and begin to dread leaving her. Yes, one last thing. I haven't given you any hints on how to reach your true ending, as they call it. She grins. Search the gate carefully. The answer is there. She leans forward and presses her lips softly to your cheek. You feel your face turn red and your heart skips a beat. Aw, thank you. You reach out for her, but only manage to grab it as it's thin air. Farewell, my love, and good luck. You hear Yara's voice faintly echo in the breeze, and your world slowly becomes enveloped in a white light. Yara end. Click to continue. So, what Yara was saying is that we're going to remember each time we cross through a path, but Yara's only going to exist in that path. And her hint to get to the true ending was to search the gate very well, so let's try and go back there and see what we can do. Let's play again. Emptiness, a soulless vacuum. You occupy the space lacking life and sound. Alright, let's keep going until we, Seek Babylon. Okay, continue. So, I can't allow you to pass. You look around, you stare once more at the gate. Beyond me lies the true enlightenment, so we gotta get through the gate. So, let's just click present item. Let's see what we have. You have nothing of value, therefore I can't allow you to pass. Alright. Or they go back the way you came, blah blah. Alright, so I would say really the only other option we have for go deeper is to take Yara's chocolate. Maybe that'll give us a insight, or maybe that'll give us something. But she said search the gate. So let's try and turn back. Let's see, we'll go a different path. You commit yourself to finding the path you came from. You have no idea how you've arrived in this predicament to begin with, but you remain hopeful that a good look around will jumpstart your memory. You turn around and walk from the gate. Eventually you come back to the area where you first opened your eyes. You see a path stretching in the opposite direction, and you begin to walk down it. Nothing but rainfall and black corridors of tree trunks are on either side of the path. With no other direction to go, you continue straight ahead until you see a faint light in the middle of the path. You move in to get a closer look. A white bird sits on a branch. Its pure white feathers draw on your eyes, commanding your attention. Its body emanates an otherworldly glow that makes it stand out from the surrounding darkness. It remains fixated on you. Bright blue eyes cast a gaze deeper than the surrounding night. The rain slows down to a steady pace, and you begin to hear a voice. Are you lost, my friend? Perhaps I can be of some use. The bird twitched its head, somehow speaking without moving its beak. My name is Cora. I am a forest guardian, and lucky for you, I help guide lost people like you. The sound of the falling rain surrounds the two of you. The space between you and the bird becomes a vacuum, drawing in your attention. The more you stare at Cora, the darker your surroundings become. I've got a hunch I know what you want, and the path you're looking for is right behind me. It gestures with its wing. But I warn you, my friend, you'll find no solace in retreating from your predicament. In fact, you'll only probably end up right where you stand, once more. Fate's simply woven like that, I'm afraid. But fear not, my friend. So long as you do exactly as I say, I can provide safe passage through the gate. First, turn back to the forest depths. After some time, you'll undoubtedly run into a cunning demoness. She'll come to you clad in her bare flesh, uttering sweet words, and will attempt to seduce you. Oh, he's talking about Yara. But I didn't know she was a cunning demon. She didn't seem like one when I talked with her. I thought she would have taken her now. And don't be fooled. She's only there to test your resolve, and the only way to overcome her is to take that which she values most. A strange white dagger appears at your feet. You bend down to pick it up, and notice its blade. It's chalky forged from some kind of bone. Take this, my friend. It's forged from my very own beak. It's the only weapon you have against her. Do not entertain that vile wretch. Cut her the minute you see her. She'll disappear and leave behind only her heart. Take it and bring it to me. Only then will I have the power to guide you through the gates. Cora disappeared along with its white glow. You stand once more in darkness, rain pouring about. You have two options. Continue leaving along the path, or turn back and seek out the demoness. I don't know if I want to go kill, Yara. I know she said Yara's only going to exist in the other one, so it might not be Yara, but he's still talking about her. Let's just leave. Let's keep going. You find your desperation outweighing Cora's vague warning. You feel miserable, paranoid, and your skin grows more raw and drenched by the minute. Any chance to escape is better than going through the hell he's instructed you. You continue walking forward, aiming straight for the edge of the forest. The rainfall begins to slow down, and the darkness begins to fade. You keep your eyes straight and continue walking. The trees begin to thin as you go along, and you can see more of the surrounding landscape. It's oddly thin, abnormally so. The only way you can think to describe it is void. You feel confused. Something must be wrong. Perhaps Cora wasn't lying. The rain had stopped. It wasn't night anymore, and all you could see was a full-blown white. You realize that you must be losing consciousness. Your legs give, and you collapse to the ground. Your mind flickers as you reach the edge of your consciousness. You see the silhouette of a beautiful woman that you can't quite recognize. Her back is to you, and you can't make out any of her features other than her strikingly curvy silhouette. Oh, is it her? Find Babylon. Go back. Her voice cuts off. Oh, shit. You try reaching to touch her, but before your hand reaches, she spins around and plunges a white dagger straight into your heart. You cough up blood, and your vision immediately goes white. With your last fragments of consciousness, all you can make out is her rotting face. Where her eyes should be, all you see are empty voids, darker than the abyss you plunged into. Escapist ending. Click to continue. Alright, so I guess we should listen to Cora. We gotta go back, and we gotta get through the gate. I don't think taking Yara's chocolate's gonna do anything. So, we're gonna have to... I don't want to kill anyone either, though. But, alright, let's see if we can go, and let's see if we can't kill her, because I really don't want to kill her. Alright, let's go seek her out. Didn't want to do this. Per Cora's advice, you muster the courage to venture deeper into the abyss. With each step you take, the rain pelts harder, and the void of night closes in. You can barely see, and with each step deeper into the forest, your field of vision shrinks. Just before you can't see it all, small, and it's repeating a little bit. You rush forward to a light, and hey, it's, well, quote-unquote Yara. She draws you in, and your eyes lock. You begin to lose yourself. You break away and move your eyes down slightly, and it strikes you that she's fully nude. Your eyes move to her neck elegantly rolls. You've been staring for... Oh, this is new. You've been staring for a while. Need something? Before you can open your mouth and reply, she speaks again. Actually, I think I know exactly what you want. She crosses her arms snugly below her chest, attractively displaying to you her curvaceous endowment. Despite knowing better, you feel your heart race and your body pulse with a visceral rush. Oh, Jesus. She's very open. Don't be shy. Anything you want, simply ask. I'd like to get out of here. She gently twirls her hair as she speaks, full lips slowly forming her last words before silence envelops the two of you. There's no doubt this is exactly who Cora warned you of. On one hand, you can do exactly as you were instructed and bring Cora her heart. Or perhaps Cora was deceiving you, and this woman isn't the demoness he claims. Or then again, maybe neither of them can be trusted, and you should try taking her heart to the gatekeeper yourself. So what do? Do you trust Cora, this woman, or neither? Oh, I like how there's 3 options. I really want to, I don't want to kill anyone. I don't know if I trust Cora that much. I don't like Cora, but I do like Yara. She was sweet, so maybe her, other form is sweet as well. So I'm going to trust this woman. You grip the dagger. Your heart races as you struggle internally. Are you okay, my dear? You look quite tense. She gazes at you worriedly with wide eyes. You can feel your muscles tighten. Your hand holding the dagger shakes. You look into her eyes. She looks into yours. The two of you remain locked together as time and space around you fades. The sound of the rain goes quiet. Your muscles relax. You feel genuinely conflicted, as she's nothing how you expected. How could anyone possibly expect you to murder her? The idea suddenly becomes so foreign and unthinkable that just trying to picture it makes you flinch. Trust yourself, love. You know in your heart what's best. Well, that was good I didn't kill her then. Your tower of doubt crumbles and leaves a firm resolve in its wake. You decide that you don't want to kill her. You hold up the dagger and show it to the naked woman. She nods silently. I know. You were put up to this. I could see it in your eyes, dear. Oh, thankfully she's understanding. She pauses for a moment as you drop the dagger in front of you. You look to the sky, hoping to avoid her consoling smile. My name is Gaia. I am a goddess of conscience and guidance. I help those who struggle with themselves. In your hand, you hold your own embodiment of suffering and hate. As it stands, you can't experience the full breadth of my pressure, for you've threatened my existence and came just moments away from courting a most terrible fate. Oh, thank God I decided to trust Gaia, or this woman, jeez. Thank you, instinct. Accepting my blessing would corrupt and bring your suffering. I can't do that to you, my dear. Thank you. See, she is nice, I was right. Silence falls between the two of you. The rain picks up, and you slowly shift your gaze to meet hers. Gaia steps forward and picks the dagger up off the ground. She presents it to you with both hands open. Don't let this abyss consume you with fear. You've always had a choice, so take this and confront that which leads you astray. As you take the dagger, you notice a firm but compassionate look in her eyes. With a dagger in hand, you turn around and begin seeking Cora. Oh, shit. After walking back the direction you came, you see a white glint of light on the horizon. As you walk closer, you begin to recognize it as Cora. Cora looks down at you with its ghostly blue. With its ghostly blue. You stare back at it. The two of you remain firmly in place, neither moving.
Back early. But you've brought me something. So you've brought me something.
You reach down behind you, tightly gripping the dagger. You take a few moments to scan Cora's body, looking for the best place to strike. Twitching its head, Cora suspiciously eyes you with a sideways glance. An ice forms in the space between the two of you. The sound of falling rain blankets the surrounding abyss. You shift your foot, and the mud sloshes beneath you. You ready yourself. Cora watches you intently. With lightning speed, you whip the dagger out for a sideways slash, only to be met with the whooshing of air and the unsatisfying spray of rain on your knuckles. Aw, shit. You barely miss. Whoa, damn. This art is pretty scary at times. It's nicely done. Cora hops right over your head and makes a nosedive straight into your skull. Crunch. You lay on the ground. A sharp stabbing pain shoots through your torso as Cora digs its claws into you. It grotesquely penetrates you with its hooked beak. Spreading its wings, Cora moves its head at lightning speed, turning your torso into a disgusting heap of spaghetti. Holy shit. Gore seeps out and mixes with the sludge beneath you. You twitch. You're in an immeasurable amount of pain. White light begins to envelop your vision, and your last bits of strength start to fade. Envelop, I'm sorry.
You've quite the nerve.
Cora gulps down a hunk of your innards.
Decided to listen to that whore over me,
Cora penetrates you one last time, going deeper and harder than before. It grinded its beak, sending fiery pain through every last nerve.
Such a waste.
Cora perches on you. Your head rolls to the side, and you see the dagger in plain sight. Above the dagger is a white light. A light forms into what you think is the shape of a beautiful woman. She looks familiar. Come find me. Her glowing hand guides yours to the dagger. You wrap your fingers around it. Cora doesn't seem to notice the light nor the dagger. Using your last bits of strength, you plunge the dagger straight through Cora's head and roll on top of it. Like a maniac, you hurl the knife again and again and again through every part of its body, each penetration giving you more satisfaction. You keep going until Cora is nothing more than an unrecognizable heap of gore. You fall over, and Cora remains motionless. The two of you fade into a white oblivion. Gaia end. Click to continue. Play again. Emptiness. A soulless. Why are we... The text is blue now. Well, I mean, thank God I didn't trust Cora, because, fuck Cora, but now the text is blue. You occupy a space lacking life and sound. You're in a void. Your last breath escapes, and your memories begin to pour out, slowly at first, but then they all rush out in a torrent. It's the same thing? Oh, no, it's different, no shit. Perhaps you could use my help. The ghostly voice of a woman echoes through the trees. In front of you appears a glowing orb of light. You've done a great deed, but sadly you've come full circle. I'll share with you the wisdom that can help guide you out of this abyss. We sow seeds of chaos in our lives by avoiding that which blocks our way. Ahead is such a block that only you have the means to open. Be persistent, and you'll find my sanctuary has always been close by. Her light fades, and only the sound of rain remains. You reflect on her wisdom carefully before finally continuing forward. You see a small part in the clouds, revealing an otherworldly glow of full moon. A ghostly light pours through a part and beams in front of you. Mysterious light twists and twirls through the night. curious, you reach out. Okay, so now we're back at the gate, but I still got blue text. So I guess that means I did good. Yeah, you can't allow me to pass. You stare once more. Beyond me lies the true enlightenment. So, let's present an item. Do we have anything now? You have nothing of value. Okay, great. Therefore, I can't allow you to pass. Either... It said be persistent, so let's just keep saying... Oh! A thought suddenly occurs to you. What if the answer is actually right in front of you? What if this gate isn't actually blocking anything? You stick your hand out and find it going straight through. Oh shit. Cora, oh shit.
3 times a charm. Couldn't fool ya, could I?
You've gotta be kidding me. The gate vanished. In its place, a pure white bird stood.
Did you get lucky? Or maybe you've gone through enough hell to have finally realized the truth. Either way, you've proven yourself, and I can no longer stand in your way.
The white bird disappears, and the road ahead is completely empty. You eagerly rush forward and exit the dark, rainy abyss. You walk along the path for a short time before coming to a hill. Atop a hill is a grand tower made of stone bricks. At its center, you see an open archway with white light shining through. The exterior of the tower is a vibrant, colorful shade, blue, that has symbols of white ravens carved into its surface. You stop and notice the rain finally ceased. The clouds begin to part. A lush full moon peeked from the clouds, filling the area with its radiant glow. Stars scattered across the night sky like a bowl of shimmering diamonds. The scene was more vivid than you could have ever dreamed of. You lose yourself in the sky's beauty and majesty. You move your focus back to the tower entrance and walk forward. White light envelops your vision once again. My name is Babylon. I'm what you've been working towards this whole time. Before I reveal myself to you, I'd like to confirm something. Is this your first time through? If so, hear me out. I urge you to turn back and explore. You've chosen to be here, and I don't wish to rob you of a valuable experience. Either way, the path is open for you to decide. If you feel ready, please come in. Come inside? Well, I think we finally finished the end of the game. So, I mean, doing what I thought was doing right and following the clues that it gave you really does prevail in the end. I definitely do want to go see what the other ways lead. Like, what happens if I do take the chocolate from Yara, or what if I do kill, quote-unquote Gaia? It might be someone else. And what if I do give the heart to Cora? What happened? I'd love to find out. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to click continue. We'll continue through. A nude woman stands before you. Her skin is stark white, and her body emanates a soft glow. You think you recognize her figure. Her feature definitely looks familiar. Oh wow, it's Yara. It's the girl again. I like her look both ways. I don't have a... Her beauty is just as radiant, or more than the breathtaking night sky you've just seen. With each step she takes towards you, her hips sway with the grace and elegance of a goddess. Everything from her body to her movements exude an air of majesty and unmatched beauty rivaling the stars themselves. Perhaps you've gone through a lot to get to this point, or maybe you've somehow gotten luck and completely avoided the abyss. Well, I think I hit the abyss once. I'll never know, for you and I exist on 2 separate planes. Babylon smiles gently. Tell me, have you by chance run across Yara? She's quite the informative one, a unique facet of mine. Yeah, I did run into Yara. She helps my job easier by filling in people on how things work around here. Either way, I'll do my best to explain. Babylon turns to sit down. You take a look around her temple and notice how it's a shrine room of sorts. Burning incense fill the area with floral aroma, and you notice blue pillows placed neatly along the stone flooring. It's a nice little art, too. After some time, Babylon sits and offers you some tea. The two of you sip and face one another. So this is it, the end of your journey. Babylon took a long sip from her cup of tea. Closing her eyes, she begins speaking. In case you haven't figured it out, I am a goddess, one that controls truth and enlightenment. I watch over the abyss and a place that exists in the shadow of unfulfilling potential. Things that happen in the abyss never come to pass. It's only when we cross through the illusions we make for ourselves that we arrive here. She opens her eyes and gazes directly at you. You notice a soft compassion, but firmness to her demeanor. Perhaps you understand now. The way forward was never blocked, and it was you who blocked the path yourself. The way forward was always there, but tucked just out of sight. Babylon held out her arm to the side, and after a few seconds, a white raven appeared out of thin air, perching itself on her shoulder. I imagine you're quite eager to blame this one. Well, don't. It's just as much a part of you as I am. Both of us are your creations. So sort of like... So is each goddess like a different understanding of... not sort of ways of thinking, and Korra, although did seem to be the bad one, or the villain of the story, not only is ourselves, because Korra was also the gate, so along with us blocking ourselves, we also have a bad side as well, to which sort of stops us from going and possibly destroying parts of ourselves that we wouldn't want, because I didn't kill Gaia, but Babylon shakes her arm, and the bird vanishes. The two of you silently exchange glances. You begin to lose yourself in her eyes. There was a certain mesmerizing quality about her. The more she talked, the more you listened. The more she stared, the more you wanted to meet her gaze. Babylon's presence was definitely unavoidable. A rush of emotion hits you as you stare into her eyes. Compassion, worry, fear, and most of all you feel a strange attachment to her. Maybe love? You aren't sure. But before you have the chance to contemplate, your vision narrows and white begins to close in on all sides. Our time is just about up. In a few moments, you'll leave here, and I won't be able to follow you. But before we go, I'll leave you with one last thing. She leans in close, her full lips just inches away from yours. She slowly opens her mouth and brings it to your ear. Babylon whispers softly, revealing to you her last secret. This world has no end, and will follow you everywhere you go. You'll always have a raven to distract you from me. But I'll always be waiting for you, at every victory, at every peak, at every journey's end. I'll be there to share a cup of tea with you. She kisses you on the forehead, and you savor the feeling of her soft skin one last time. Your world fades to white, and the last thing you see is her flashing a wink and giving you a warm smile. See you again soon, my love. Babylon End. Click to continue. You've escaped the abyss. Congratulations. Click below to finish the game. Let's escape the abyss. And thanks for playing. Alright guys, this was definitely a pretty good psychological, dark themed game, but with a very, very nice ending. I definitely enjoyed it. I am interested to see what the other endings have in store. I might actually save this game and do a live stream with it with my other friends, see what they would choose, and see their philosophical thinking. to see if they can get the end. But if you guys like this video, then please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to play it for yourself to see all the other endings, the download link is in the description below. Please go ahead and subscribe if you like these types of videos. You can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. I'm Dot, and with a wink and a smile, I will see you at the end of your journey.